anyone. Polaris Media Police Crimes Report. Welcome to my channel. Anybody who may see this, I doubt it will be seen because my videos and everything are blocked out through Pegasus police software spyware that's being used on my phone. I, Chris Wood, 53 years old. I am a 6-year revenge retaliation full physical identity theft victim of police, doctors, and accomplices. I have been seriously brain injured, constantly numbed, brain split, serious skull deforming, 100% full physical identity theft done on me, very serious lung and kidney damage done, torture crimes, slavery, lies, time buying, cover ups, arrest refusals, false arrest, kidnapping, sex assault, extortion. My mother was stalked, tortured, and her life was taken December 20th, 2020. Two of my dogs were tortured and their lives were taken. They were killed for revenge retaliation. I spoke police, human trafficking, homeless exploitation for monetary gain, and money laundering that was happening out of the Morning Star mission. As a result, August 6, 2019, on the corner of Bridge and Center Street, Highway 41 and Bridge at the intersection. I was living at a previous address in Napanee, Ontario. Ex-chief or commander went by. He was driving a white Jeep Wrangler. He waved at me. I waved back. A black truck pulled up beside him, pointed something, shot it, and it went into my right ear. I've been seeing that black truck a lot lately, actually. It went into my right ear. It started to actually move through my head to my occipital lobe, whatever it was, up to my frontal lobe. While that was happening, I was getting serious burning, electric shocking. My blood vessels were being internally burned out of my head and spider veining across my skull. My skull was actually invasively internally split into sections as well. Medical file falsifications for discrimination, treatment refusals for medical blacklisting, assuring I get no help or medical proof of what has happened to me. I am the end of my bloodline as well. No criminal record or history, no past association with any police named prior to crimes happening to me, no association with mental health, had not been to a hospital or a doctor in approximately 7 to 10 years prior to being shot, and having to go all the time, and having a lot of serious lies cast against me as well, as and being falsely charged once in an attempt to give me a criminal record not previously had, also in an attempt to turn crimes around that were happening from doctors and cops against me, also to buy time in an attempt to try to discredit me as well, using their badges, their positions. Once again, ex-chief or commander, sex slave trafficker, children and adults, his one accomplice has many alias names. He was stalking children for OPP, sex slavery trafficking, at Tim Hortons Daily. He is also guilty of stalking me and my mother. He was calling my mother mom. He thinks that he and I were switched at birth and believes that he is my dad. Has many alias names: Bill Wooldridge, Bill Cooldridge, Bill Delarosable, James Bubbles, Stephen Maven, and Robert Cross. He also used to live in Picton, Ontario, and he is a possible Russell Williams copycat serial killer, along with alleged OPP supervisor Blair Kane, Blair Hardy. Used to drive a Mercedes, bald, glasses, approximately 55 to 65 years old. He is a meth trafficker. He is guilty of raping a woman at 45 Dundas Street East in Napanee, Ontario in 2021, who is now deceased. He attempted to collect welfare at my address, no association with him, until I found out about it and reported it. He is guilty of torture crimes against me, brain injure me. He is an obsessed homosexual, and he is guilty of first degree attempted homicide with intent to commit. He's a very serious meth trafficker, and he has the brain the size of a fucking pea. He cannot be touched, highly very dangerous and seriously psychotic. Once because he works with and for the police, and another because he is alleged OPP supervisor and a serial killer at that, and being very protected, along with Robert Berry, a Burt Hustler, a Jason Van Alstyne, who is a crackhead fentanyl dealer for OPP, drug cop Robert Kane, who is guilty of first degree attempted murder on me, brain injury me. He's a stroke victim, still very dangerous, and I can 100% prove his guilt and his crimes. 6 years of stalking, torture, and brain injury of me, and my identity theft with the intent to commit identity disability and insurance fraud. Obsessed homosexual, lowlife, inbred piece of shit, approximately 45 years old. Red, nappy hair as well. Tyler T. Bag Lake, lover, boyfriend, OPP, drug cop, Robert Kane, guilty of torturing and killing my dog, March 24th, 2023. Arson attempts on a previous address, blood thrown on a previous address, threats of stabbing, being involved with my identity theft with 100% proof. He is approximately 35 years old, a meth trafficker, once again for his boyfriend, lover, OPP drug cop Robert Kane. Raymond LeBlanc, he is a child groomer originally from Brampton or Brantford, Ontario. He allegedly got chased out of that city for being a pedophile. He is a gang stalker. He is guilty of torturing and killing my dog with Raymond or with Tyler Lake, March 24th, 2023. Guilty of stalking and torture crimes, brain injury of me, and attempted murder with intent to commit. My cousin Harry Hartwick, his nephew, my other cousin Dale Hartwick. He actually told me he was involved with this. He is guilty of torture crimes on me, brain injure me, and attempted homicide with intent to commit murder for drop charges for a stabbing he committed against his wife or ex-wife's boyfriend. He personally told me this before he realized what he had said. His boyfriend, Tony Anthony Axel Rose Hearns, he is a registered sex offender. They all are. He is a speedhead. He thinks that I am a wolf. He is guilty of blinding me in my right eye, skull splitting me, attempted paralyzing me. He is guilty of brain injury me. I have pictures where I look just like him, including the same cockeye. He is guilty of first degree attempted homicide with intent to commit. OPP, human traffickers, sex slave traffickers, drug traffickers, once again, all registered sex offenders with immunity because it protects OPP and everybody else involved. They're guilty of torture crimes, homicides, and attempted homicides and cannot be arrested without $22,000. There is other police and others involved, threats, intimidations, obstructions, very serious torture crimes through urine and feces going through my head and my face, getting serious radar hypoxia on a daily basis, going through very severe identity changes, even today alone, September 18th, since I woke up this morning with 100% proof, whatever I was shot with back in August of 2019. This is why I am medically blacklisted. When people disappear, families are murdered and missing. It is police crimes. It is the victims possibly being seriously brain injured to cause memory losses. It is them possibly going through full physical identity theft and changes done to them while being kept from help and possibly being slave trafficked or killed. Take that into consideration. It is police who are involved in these crimes using their badges, positions, credentials to make it look like they are not involved while very much guilty. If people think that police cannot commit homicides, they are very seriously delusional. And for them to think that police cannot be criminals is very seriously public delusional if that's what people think as well. I have done everything to get arresting and charging, including with proof going to OPP, getting surrounded, hands on guns to try to get arresting and charging, doing OIPRD at the time, doing LICA at the time, private prosecution as well, only to be denied in every way, shape, or form. Justice of the peace has also involved threats, intimidations, accusations, obstructions, stating I was high on marijuana and hallucinating being sodomized because it was done through the police. Human traffickers, sex slave trafficking. Once again, each and every one of them are guilty of homicides and attempted homicides, whether they have transferred or not, in hopes of deniability, in hopes of avoiding arrest, charging, and lawsuits that they are guilty of for crimes, plus the time buying in hopes of deniability while still guilty. Once again, ex-chief or commander, he is a sex slave trafficker, drove a white Jeep Wrangler, had me shot with something August 6, 2019. Staff Sergeant, Yrs 2019-2021, kidnapping and sodomy sex assault. Dr. Barton and Dr. Pritchard at Addington County General Hospital actually laughed in my face over it, thought it was a big joke, and then tried to have me committed for having it happen to me because I am a man and because it was done through the police. Shannon Cork, Robert Lucas, he actually told me he could F me, could kill me, could get away with it. Money Badge Family Town Council. He proved 100% right. Dave Weiss, Constable Ward. Christine Schultz. Stacy, a mental health worker, was Napanee Daily Tea Company, now Kingston AMHS, a blonde-haired, heavy-set woman. And Shelley Hafner had me kidnapped May 27, 2021, 24 hours after me asking for help with the crimes that are taking place against me through the police. That was done in an attempt to shut me up through false pretenses from a Judge Chappelle in Kingston, Ontario, under incompetency is what they were trying for. That was done to try to shut me up in an attempt to get me kept so I would not be talking about what I was talking about, showing what I was showing, and proving what I was proving, the crimes from them against me. Spencer Mills 14716. He shows up at your door. You better have body bags because there will be unalivings happening after he does show up. And Robert Kane 7224, OPP drug cop. Lennox and Addington County General Hospital, Dr. Tatiana Vukadinovic. She also works in KGH and Belleville and Napanee. The three hospitals I had treatment refusals through convenient phone calls from to prevent me helping prove she is guilty of giving my original CAT scans away while giving me fake ones to her girlfriend Stacy, Kingston AMHS, and OPP cop Spencer Mills. She is guilty of file falsification against me for treatment refusals, discrimination, and blacklisting, assuring I get no help or proof. She is guilty of first degree premeditated attempted homicide with the intent to commit torture, murder, and cover ups through the file falsifications and the blacklisting. Dr. Joy Hadley, Dr. Barton, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. Waldron, Dr. McGregor, ex CEO Cubby Duck, and patient relations are all criminally negligent involved in co committing in the human trafficking, the sex slavery trafficking, the medical crimes, the file falsifications, kicking victims out of the hospital for no reason at all. Each and every one of them are guilty of medical negligence and attempted homicide with intent to commit and cover up, including having me falsely charged to save their own ass or in an attempt to. You have done serious damage to me, splitting my skull, hopes that I forget about this, in hopes of deniability, in hopes that it will just all go away so everybody can get out of what you've gotten away with so far. Arresting and charging better happen. If not, then lawsuits, like I have been saying, are going to come before you murder me. I just ask that before you do not throw my body in a ditch to be found in May, is what I am saying. Remember, once again, murdered and missing, when people disappear, it is police crimes, at least around Napanee and area anyway. Poor, homeless, elderly, disabled, beware, because they have no care or concern for your life. You are just a commodity that they could buy, sell, and trade. I was actually sold for a welfare check for $740 to a fucking welfare lowlife, and nothing against people on OW at all. It's just that this what this person is, and a crackhead. I was sold to this person for identity theft, homicide, for ODSP fraud. Congratulations on what the fuck you've done. How many others have you done this to and actually gotten away with it too, where they never had the chance to speak of your crimes and everything else against them? This is why you are causing homelessness. This is why you are doing it to the poor, elderly, homeless, and disabled. Once you cast your lies against them, they're easier to cover up your crimes and easier to make disappear. Isn't that right, OPP? You are guilty of ending bloodlines and using criminal doctors and fucking low-life junkies. And to the rest involved who are guilty of threats, intimidations, obstructions, are also now accessories and guilty of being involved with attempted homicide against me. Napanee and area, one way or another, people are going to get arrested, and it's not going to be me. Anything more happens to me, I've been going through this for 6 years, and enough is enough. I'm not fucking going through it anymore. You better do something, OPP, and make arrest. Next time you do your drug delivery to your low lives, give them shackles and cuffs, and then one way or another, I will see you locked up as well. No threat. Not a threat in any way, shape, or form, but one way or another, I'm going to file charges against you and see you in prison for the rest of your life for murders. Just because you're cops and doctors does not make you above the law, and you will answer for what you've done.